Welcome back to Enthador, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Dwarf Fortress version 0.43, and we are the Undersea Library of Lostknowledge. And it is the third of Slate in 172, and we are beset by the forgotten beast Zuspo Exshalmo Stuzang Ak, a gigantic scaly tick. It has 3 stubby horns, and it squirms and fidgets. Its eyes glow red. Beware, its deadly spittle. And here we have it. It's in the cavern lair, a part of it that we haven't really explored due to the water in the way. I'm curious to see, however, if he wants to fight with the other forgotten beast. We will wait to hear on that. In the meantime, let's talk about some changes in the fortress. Well, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new year. However, I focused a little too much on digging out the library and the underground tree farm and fighting the goblins, and a little less on making sure that our dwarves were well fed. So as you can see here, we're in a bit of a situation. Luckily, the elves showed up, and I know it's cool to hate on the elves, but they really saved us because they traded a ton of plants with us, so we now have plenty of food, because otherwise we were down 28 meals. We had no meat, no fish. I had to slaughter every animal in the fortress. I had to send everybody topside to harvest the plants around the area, and I even started 4 more farm plots where we're growing typical surface stuff. Here we're growing, well, vomit, apparently, but otherwise we're growing asparagus, bilberry, blackberry, and bloated tubers. Next season we'll be growing blueberry, celery, chicory, and cranberry, and the season after that we'll be growing fisherberries, foxtail, millet, garden cress, and grapevines. So we're doing what we can, in addition to the underground plants we're growing here. But we are only 1 floor away from our mega project being completed. Of course, then we have to work out the water part of it. But we're getting there. What else has happened since you left? Well, we created a temple, because a lot of our dwarves were being distracted because they weren't able to worship whatever god they care about. So what I did is I just put a statue right here in the middle of this, I don't know, what would you even call this? An entry. It's the way up to the bedrooms, down to the mega project, into the dining hall, and into the workshop area. So it's just kind of the milling about area. And I put a statue up there and made it a temporary temple. So now the dwarves hang out there, worship there, do a lot of fun stuff. I also somehow, I don't know how I did this, but I lost track of time. Let me just see here. Okay, the Forgotten Beast is not attacking anything, but what is this? Red Fairface, our former militia commander, is a ghost and is fighting, or is sparring. Doesn't say with whom. Maybe the cat? The cat is sparring? Maybe the ghost and the cat? I don't know. Interesting. Anyway, so I lost track of time, apparently, because we founded this fortress in 166. It is now 172, and I only had 3 columns engraved. So I engraved 2 more columns, and actually, huge props to someone out there in the comments, I'm sorry I forgot your name, who suggested that to solve my problem of either having custom engravings that are fictional or historical engravings, but they could be about anything at all, suggested that I go about halfway and simply tell it to engrave something about Lostknowledge. Don't tell it what, just say, hey, engrave something about Lostknowledge. And that's what I've been doing, and it has done an effective job. Let me show you. So, engraved on the wall is a finely designed image of Fortress Drunk, the dwarf, and a diorite ring by Valen. The artwork relates to the masterful diorite ring created by the dwarf Fortress Drunk for the Scribe of Destiny of Lostknowledge in the midsummer of 169. Then we have a finely designed image of Moses Catchcopper, the dwarf, and Bosa Clobbered Nightmares, the goblin, by Valen Reglin. Bosa Clobbered Nightmares is striking down Moses. And of course, this relates to the killing of Moses by the goblin with an iron 2-handed sword in Lostknowledge in the early autumn of 169 during the Sieges of Carnage. Moses must be one of the guys that caught outside, and because I named Moses using Dwarf Therapist, for some reason when they die or stuff happens, they lose their nicknames. It drives me nuts, but I just have to take the time to nickname everyone properly in the game itself, but it just takes forever. I wish Dwarf Therapist was just a little bit better at what it does and made the name somehow stick. But whatever. Okay. So, engraved on the wall is an exceptionally designed image of dwarves by Dwarf Comic. The dwarves are laboring. The artwork relates to the foundation of Lost Knowledge by the Scribe of Destiny of the Oaken Flags in the early spring of 166. And finally, Ned Homesneaked the Human by Valen. Ned is making plaintive gesture. The artwork relates to the drowning of the human Ned in Lost Knowledge in the late winter of 168 during the rampage of the human Ned. So, this is the werebeast, but it did not drown. We just killed it. So that's weird. It's weird that they would say that he drowned. Anyway, engraved on the wall is an image of dwarves by Otto von Waffel. The dwarves are traveling. The artwork relates to the foundation of Lost Knowledge yet again. Okay. This is Squiddo, the dwarf, and this is also designed by Otto von Waffel, and Squiddo is weeping. The artwork relates to the destruction of the masterful diorite scepter created by the dwarf Squiddo for the Scribe of Destiny. Now, this isn't entirely true. The scepter was not destroyed. The scepter was traded, and it walked off the map. That's why it says unknown creature, because it doesn't know who destroyed it, because no one technically did destroy it. Either the game itself is just super buggy, or something I've done in this fortress, which is also causing it to crash when DF hack is on, is also causing these to be really weird. Alright, this is the foundation of Lost Knowledge yet again, and the foundation of Lost Knowledge seems to be a pretty popular topic. Foundation of Lost Knowledge. Foundation of Lost Knowledge. Okay, this is Squiddo, again. This is Squiddo being pissed off, again. Zarya Tomeslull, the dwarf, by Valen. Zarya is weeping, and I bet you it's because, yep, a masterful prepared meal created by Zarya for the Tree of Wildness at Forest Home in the mid-autumn of 166 by the Bronze... Wait. I have no idea what this is about. It starts off talking about a masterfully designed, or a masterful meal made by Zarya, but then it talks about a bronze colossus at Lost Knowledge. Of course, we didn't have a bronze colossus in 168. I would have remembered that. So that's weird. Something is not right. Something is rotten in the state of Denmark, my friends, because this doesn't make any sense. I hope the whole, like, world of Enthador isn't messed up so that we can't continue or do any more fortresses because it's all nonsense. That would be really upsetting to me. I don't know what to say about that. Hopefully not. Rubacell. We have lots of Rubacell. In fact, let me show you something in just a second once I get these encrusted. Alright, so in our treasure room, as opposed to just having priceless artifacts, which I do, I've decided also to intermix them with rows of gems that are prevalent at our fortress. So the first row, of course, is emeralds, and the second row is Rubacell. And we have almost one full row of priceless artifacts as well. These things here that look like gems, they might either be perfect gems, or, well, I'll tell you exactly what they are. We have a perfect chrysoberyl and a perfect green glass gem. So those are technically artifacts, but they're not like artifacts. Alright, they're smoothing out the library, which I've completely dug out. It looks awesome. It's going to look even better when we start putting bookcases in there. So that's our beautiful library. We're making some charcoal. We're melting all the goblins' armor and weapons and such. So that's what they're doing. It's taking them a while because they have to walk all the way around to do it, but whatever. This is the hallway of death and dismemberment. See, he's probably going to pick up something here. Let's keep an eye on him. Okay, there he goes. That is Dangulus Scrung, and he is picking up... let's see. He's melting a metal object, but which metal object are you melting? You're melting a silver flail. So that's good. We're going to get some silver, which we can then make some more Warhammers out of. I have expanded the military. The Justicars now contain Jurist Fathog, Bullzome, Ingramish Redbeard, Torvgan Stonefang, Alaric Bullrake, Bearcat Son of Zephon, Nexus Lay, Odot, and Kratos Shadowban. That is a full squad of those guys. I had some migrants. I'll show you those. We had... I don't know if I showed you this previous group. Alaric, Barl Techmeister, Beer, Beard Barber, Bognar, Bullrake, Corvus Corax, Dangulus Scrung, Falks, Felix the Viking, Henrik, Naldreth, Odot, Prospero, Randy Savage, Razuel, Squatting Hobo, Sun Catrudius, Tyrion, Wolf, and Yehuda Binnick. And then in the summer of 171, we had Callan Orkenshield, Combat, Dead Awesome, Grand Passo, Half, Netherspawn, Patricia Longspear, Vars. In the autumn, we got Agate Cogbeard, Dullenwen, Ivan Flamebriar, Lord Lucius, Nathan Jessup, and Spallone Babugu. And apparently, just as I'm saying this, like just in this exact moment, we're getting even more migrants. Barrack Severbin, Dwarfy the Dragon, Lorcan Fury, Otto von Waffle. Wait, he was already here. He must have just got to the fortress. Let's read these stupid dwarves. There we go. Zarya. But here's something that is awesome, but also potentially scary. And that is, we are finally getting non-named dwarves. We got Kivish here last summer. And now we're getting Bembul, Rigoth, and Zanig, which I will be naming. But that makes me worried that my other fortresses are now empty of dwarves, because we seem to have all of them here. Although there's only 140. We named quite a few dwarves. We named over 300. And they all didn't die, so... What else? What else can I show you? Well, we still haven't heard anything about the Forgotten Beasts. Yep, there we go. We missed it. Okay, so Yetini... Okay, so the Forgotten Beasts are fighting each other. And it looks like... let's see here. The Flying Zuspo Dungscave, the Fins of Doze, or Fins of Ooze, Forgotten Beast Extract, strikes the Forgotten Beast in the left wing. The Forgotten Beast breathes a glob of his extract. Okay, so Zuspo is shooting extract all over the other one, which is Yetini. Looks like Yetini isn't really doing much of anything. Yeah, I'm under the impression the Forgotten Beast kicks the Forgotten Beast in the body with its right third foot, bruising the muscle and bruising the brain. Which one, though? Which one? I don't know. Which one won? Which one lost? Let's see. Let's pause real quick. And see if we're able to see the carnage here. Actually, it's probably best to go to dead or missing. And as we scroll all these dead goblins here. There we go. Okay, so it looks like Yetine was the one that died. Can't go to her. But that means that the one that still survives is Zuspo. The Tick, right? Zuspo's the Tick. Where is it? Okay, let's K Zuspo. Yeah, okay, so the Tick came in and actually fought off the Forgotten Beast who had the ooze. But it has Deadly Spittle. Can we handle Deadly Spittle? I bet we can. It's injured. I mean, why not give it a try? We have a full force now. We're tough. We're dwarves. We're dwarves in tights. We roam around the forest or caves looking for fights. Let's see. The problem is, I think we walled it off. We didn't, like, put a door there or anything. We actually... Holy crap. This is a massacre here. What's all this? Pond Grabbers. Okay, the Pond Grabbers did not last long. Forgotten Beast made short work of them. The hell is our entrance? There it is. Alright. But beware its Deadly Spittle. Okay, they all have shields. And we have a hospital all up and running. By the way, Tantio Redrock is our head surgeon. We did lose Marcus Antonius, one of our founders, unfortunately. He's running around the fortress, currently insane. He needed silk for a project and did not have silk. So we're going to remove this construction. Okay, squads. Logisticars, let's get you guys down here, please. Alright. We're going to risk it, folks. Because this fortress is all about taking risks. In fact, before we risk it, though, let's actually take a quick look at our mega project. Okay, so the dwarves are still clearing it out. Let's, well, without DF hack, this is really difficult, but we'll do the best we can. Yeah, it looks pretty, but this kind of diagonal pattern really makes smoothing a chore. But the things we do for beauty, ladies and gentlemen, the things we do for beauty. Do you know any other YouTube LPers who have giant underground tree farm / cloth production facilities of this magnitude and awesomeness is the question. I don't know the answer, honestly. You'll have to answer me in the comments. There could be. I don't know. I don't have enough time, really, to look around. My guess, however, probably not. Alright, cool. Everything is ready to be smoothed out. Let's go back down to the depths. I probably should hotkey where we actually come out of the cave here. Here we go. Alright, we've got a guy on the way. Or not a guy, necessarily, but a dwarf. And we're paused. But if we can get rid of these forgotten beasts, there are a whole lot of mushrooms here that we can cut down for fun and profit. Alright, military's here. Here we go. Oh, and the forgotten beast somehow senses us. How is it doing that? Alright, well. Come on, buddy. Get through that. There we go. Now get out of here. Cat, get out of here. Oh, we're perfect. We're in the perfect layout to take this guy down. Come on, what are you doing? Are you serious? Are you serious, Alex? Just when combat is about to be engaged, you give birth to a boy. I mean, it doesn't matter what exactly you gave birth to. That's not the point. The point is, we're doing other things right now, Alex. We're doing important military, fortress, life or death stuff, and don't care about your baby. Actually, is that it? Okay, let's see. When did he start fighting us? Okay. What the hell? The unassigned punches the forgotten beast in the left fifth foot. I must have not changed somebody's name. Thought I changed everybody. Bullrake punches the forgotten beast in the body with his left hand. Why aren't you using your weapons, guys? Alaric punches the forgotten beast. Bullrake punches the forgotten beast. The unassigned kicks the forgotten beast. Alaric kicks him. So these guys are just wailing on this forgotten beast with their bare hands. Alaric bites the forgotten beast in the left fourth foot, chipping the chitin and bruising the muscle. That was some strong teeth, Alaric. Latches on firmly. Nexus Lay punches the forgotten beast in the head with her right hand, and the injured part explodes into gore. So let's just set the scene here, ladies and gentlemen. We have a giant tick, okay, with chitin. So it's got hard shell outside. It spits some kind of dangerous ooze. And our dwarves, apparently drunk off their minds, are just wailing on it with their fists and their legs. And Nexus Lay, okay, who's probably 1/10 the size of this tick, probably. It's a giant tick, after all. Punches it so hard in the face that its head explodes. That's worth celebrating. Good job, Nexus Lay. Alright, who is the unassigned ODOT? Okay, ODOT, I apologize. I apologize. Let's take care of that. What's the search? Oh, do we not have search? Because it's part of Dwarf hack? Oh, man. For crying out loud. So where's... Oh, maybe we can find her probably in the map. ODOT. Okay, ODOT. ODOT is part of the military, right? Profession. ODOT. Alright. Yeah, ODOT is in the military. Okay. So Bullzome, Redbeard, Stonefang, Alaric, Bullrake, Bearcat, Nexuslay, ODOT. Okay, so they're all named. We just forgot ODOT. Sorry about that, ODOT. But we're good now. So, squaddies, let's get you out of here. However, this does leave us in a bit of a quandary, because if the Forgotten Beast, or if another Forgotten Beast comes, or something equally dangerous, we have nothing blocking them. So what I'm going to do... What am I going to do? This is the bottom that we've dug. We haven't really gone further than that, but I would like to go further. I was thinking maybe a little drawbridge. But then I was thinking maybe a hatch cover, since they wouldn't be able to get through that anyway. But a drawbridge would be more sensible. So let's go... No. Raises down. Perfect. And we can make it out of diorite blocks. I don't care. Someone mentioned that making a bridge out of... or not a bridge, but a mechanical, like a drawbridge out of stone would be a poor choice. Wood would actually be better in terms of materials and how they function. But regardless. Alright, it's being made. And that's that. The Forgotten Beast has fallen. And we're out of bolts, by the way, in case you are wondering. A lot of you were mentioning how I should build additional bolt stockpiles throughout the fortress. And sure, that would be lovely if we had bolts, which is why I'm trying to melt down everything here. It does take a while to melt down stuff, especially when they have to walk. Here's somebody here. Who's this? Two people, actually. We have Igla Lu, who is currently... Ooh, you killed somebody? A capybara. Good for you. In Lostknowledge. Even better. But Igla Lu is carrying a... Wow, a lot of dwarves are really big on the jewelry in this fortress. Like, we have a lot of little Mr. T's in this fortress. We have, like, this guy's got 3 earrings, an amulet, a ring, a crown, a bracelet, 6 bracelets, another ring. More rings, and a dress, a crown, 3 crowns. So this Igla Lu is balancing 3 crowns on her head. 4 earrings, 2 amulets, 5 earrings, another crown, 4 crowns, and she is currently going to melt a copper great axe. Well, you know what, guys? I don't care how you dress. That is completely irrelevant to me as long as you do your job. However, I wouldn't mind, Lord Stone, if you took your copper crown off your head and melted it for the good of the fortress, so we could make maybe something that kills goblins with. You were going to melt a silver scimitar. So, I mean, we can just make thousands of crafts. Like, I don't really care about that, but it's just funny. It's just funny that these guys are just covered head to toe in jewelry. That's not this fortress, right? This is supposed to be the staid, stoic library fortress with a bunch of librarians, not a bunch of pimp daddies running around with gold chains and copper crowns and 18 rings on each finger. But hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, ladies and gentlemen? All right. Well, the elves have saved us. We are running a little bit low on drinks, though. Oh boy, the problem is, obviously, to make drinks, you have to utilize plants, which means that you cannot eat them. So that's a problem. We gotta... Come on, dwarves, you gotta clear this out. Because then we gotta dig out one more floor. We gotta clear that out. And then we can finally... Oops, did I not? Yeah, I did smooth these guys, okay. Then we can finally empty out the water. So on this one here... We're going to dig a little catchment here. I'm also going to turn this into a... I don't know how to... Actually, I don't know how to do this. Because if you dig it as an up-down staircase, that's fine. But if you dig it as just an up staircase, I'm not sure how to turn it into a up-down staircase. I guess you could... Yeah. How would you do that? I'm pretty sure you can't dig a down staircase here. And you can't just... Maybe you could build an up-down staircase using, like, stone or something. Either way, I'll figure it out. So then this is going to be the ground floor. We'll zoom out again so y'all can see it in its glory. So this will be the ground floor, and we'll dig out a little trench that goes all the way to the edge of the map, where we'll smooth it and then carve in fortifications. What that will do is we're going to fill this up with water, like, higher than we should, just to make sure every square gets covered in water. And then we'll open the floodgate here, let all the water escape, and it'll all turn into dirt. And then we'll be done. And the way we're going to keep water from getting inside is we're going to build doors, and we're going to lock them. So water will not go through a locked door. It's a nice little mega project, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 eventually. It's going to look really cool. This is our fortress so far. Probably build a real temple when I get around to it up here somewhere. And I was thinking maybe a crypt down here. There's not a ton of room, but we're not going to lose a ton of dwarves. Maybe like continue this hallway down here. Maybe put a crypt underneath the Hall of History. We could also do it here. And then we'll probably expand this floor at some point as well for more storage opportunities. But it really depends on what we do. Like if our temple is multiple stories up here, then we can't really expand here. We could expand this direction. So we could put like another ball here, or just a square storage room. This floor is kind of not meant to be pretty. It's more meant to just house all of our mountains of crap. And also the roofs of our ground floor pretty buildings. I do like how it looks though, the whole multiple level, the 3-story high dining hall and the 3-story high library. The library looks so cool. I mean, once we start getting bookcases and books in there. And then I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think what I have to do then is I have to create a tavern, but I have to only allow citizens. But then, connected to the tavern, I have to create bedrooms, of which I allow anyone, which will allow scholar visitors to come, but will not allow bards to come. Because we want to keep the bards and poets and all that shit out of here, but we want to have scholars. And a library cannot house scholars. So even though you designate a library and say, people can visit it, they won't actually come because there's no place for them to stay. You have to designate a room. But you can't designate a room to the library because they will not sleep in that for some reason. You have to designate the room to an inn. So I'm not even sure if you can have scholars without bards. If you know, let me know in the comments. This is an area that I'm not really 100% on yet. But alright, ladies and gentlemen, so next episode, we are going to name our unnamed dwarves. Holy crap, we might even have a dwarf profile. Who'd have thought? And now that our library is completely done, well, it's not completely done. We still have to smooth out the floor of the ground floor. But once that's done, then we'll start creating bookcases. And we'll try to get some visiting scholars here. We are purchasing books whenever we can. We weren't able to purchase anything from the dwarves last fall because for some reason that bug happened where they took off. They got halfway to our fortress and then took off. It's funny because it never stops the diplomat. It only stops the merchants, which is why we were starving. So I was expecting to buy a ton of food from them. But of course they just decided to peace out, and so we were left kind of holding the bag on that one. But yeah, so we've got a solid military. We are slowly pulling ourselves out of our food problem. The humans will certainly be helpful on that. And yeah, things are looking good. Mega Project should be ready in a bit. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am Marcus Aurelius. I'd like to thank you so much for watching this tale of Enthador. Have a good one.